Have you ever wondered why some people seem to just know the right path to take, even before any signs appear, while others feel lost, disconnected, and doubtful of every step? What if I told you that there is a hidden key inside you, a small, mysterious crystal within your brain that, once awakened, can sharpen your intuition, expand your perception of reality, and allow you to access guidance far beyond logic? What if I told you that this power has been recognized by ancient civilizations, guarded in mystery schools, and now is calling you to remember? The pineal gland is not just a biological organ. It is a sacred gateway between the physical and the spiritual, a bridge between your thoughts and the infinite field of universal intelligence. By awakening it, you don't just improve your intuition, you begin to see life through a lens of clarity, synchronicity, and deep connection to the truth behind appearances. But here's the challenge. This power sleeps in most people, clouded by modern habits, toxins, and the constant noise of the mind. In this journey we begin today, you will discover not just what the pineal gland truly is, but how to awaken it in a way that is safe, profound, and lasting, so you can step into a life guided by inner knowing rather than external confusion. Have you ever questioned whether your dreams are trying to tell you something? Whether that sudden feeling in your chest was a warning or a blessing? Whether the coincidences in your life are actually messages? Today, these questions will no longer be mysteries. You will learn how to recognize the voice of your higher self. In the next few minutes, we will travel through ancient teachings, modern discoveries, and powerful practices designed to cleanse, activate, and tune your pineal gland so that intuition becomes your natural state. Each step will take you deeper into an inner space where clarity is constant, decisions are effortless, and your life feels aligned with something greater. I want you to write in the comments right now, "I choose to awaken my intuition." This is more than just a phrase. It's a declaration to yourself and to the universe that you are ready for the shift. When you like this video and comment, you are not just helping me share this message, you are adding your energy to a collective intention that is awakening thousands of people across the planet. Many people who watch these videos treat them as a daily spiritual support, a way to keep their vibration high and their focus clear. Your participation here and now keeps the group's energy strong, like a living circle of light across the world. Make it a ritual. Every time you start one of these journeys, comment your intention. This commitment creates a spiritual thread that weaves all of us together. And here's something important. The second to last teaching in this video may contain the key to unlocking a deep change in your life, a shift that could open your perception forever. So stay with me until the very end, because your awakening is not something you want to leave half finished. Now, take a slow, deep breath. Feel the space inside your mind and heart expand, because we are about to begin the journey of awakening your pineal gland, and with it, the full power of your intuition. Activating the pineal gland through conscious breathing. Conscious breathing is one of the most direct and profound ways to awaken the pineal gland and expand your intuitive capacity. Breath is life, and in the language of the ancients, it was often considered the carrier of spirit itself. Every inhale and exhale shapes the state of your nervous system, influences your brain's chemistry, and either awakens or dulls your inner senses. The pineal gland responds deeply to oxygenation, rhythmic patterns, and subtle changes in pressure inside the skull. When you breathe with intention, you create a gentle internal massage for the cerebrospinal fluid, the liquid that surrounds your brain and spinal cord. This fluid flows in harmony with your breath, carrying nutrients, clearing toxins, and energetically stimulating the pineal gland at the center of your brain. Begin by sitting in a comfortable position, spine straight, shoulders relaxed. Close your eyes and allow your awareness to rest on the area between your eyebrows, the third eye point. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling your lungs from the bottom up, feeling your abdomen expand first, then your ribs, then your chest. Hold the breath for a moment, sensing the stillness, then exhale slowly through your mouth, allowing all tension to melt away. This simple rhythm can be deepened by introducing a count. For example, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale 4, 6, and pause for 2 before the next inhale. This pattern calms the mind, balances the hemispheres of the brain, and prepares the pineal gland for activation. As you repeat the cycle, imagine each breath as a golden light flowing upward along your spine, gathering at the base of your skull, and then flooding into the center of your brain. Over time, this practice refines your perception, You may notice flashes of insight, sudden clarity about a decision, or even vivid dreams that seem to answer questions you didn't consciously ask. These are signs that your inner senses are awakening. The more consistently you practice conscious breathing, the more natural it becomes to receive intuitive information without forcing it. Modern science now confirms what mystics have always known, that rhythmic breathing increases coherence in the heart and brain, allowing different regions to communicate more effectively. The pineal gland, being highly sensitive to electromagnetic fields, thrives in this state of coherence. In other words, the more harmonized your inner rhythms, the more your pineal gland can function as a clear antenna for higher knowledge. Treat this as a daily ritual, even if only for a few minutes in the morning or before sleep. Over weeks and months, this small commitment accumulates into a tangible shift. Your mind becomes clearer, your emotions steadier, and your intuitive impressions more accurate. In the ancient traditions, breath was considered the bridge between body and spirit, and through this bridge, your consciousness can expand into realms far beyond the ordinary, cleansing the pineal gland from energetic and physical blockages. The pineal gland can fully awaken and act as a clear channel for intuition. It must be cleansed from the many layers of interference that accumulate over a lifetime. These blockages are both physical, such as calcification from certain substances, and energetic, formed by emotional traumas, limiting beliefs, and stagnant thought patterns. On the physical level, the pineal gland can become coated with deposits of calcium phosphate, a process often accelerated by exposure to fluoride, heavy metals, and processed foods. This calcification dulls its sensitivity, reducing the vividness of dreams, the clarity of inner visions, and the strength of intuitive impressions. While modern life exposes us to many of these substances, awareness is the first step toward purification. Choosing pure water, fresh and natural foods, and minimizing chemical additives can gradually restore its vitality. Yet the physical aspect is only part of the picture. On the energetic level, the pineal gland can be clouded by the noise of unresolved emotions, repetitive mental loops, and the constant stimulation of modern media. This is like trying to look through a crystal ball while someone is constantly stirring the water inside. The image becomes distorted, and guidance is harder to perceive. To cleanse energetically, you can use sound and vibration tools revered by ancient civilizations. For example, gentle listening to frequencies around 963 Hz, or chanting sacred mantras like Om, can create a resonance that shakes loose stagnant energy and recalibrates the pineal gland's frequency. Visualization also plays a powerful role. Imagine a radiant violet or golden light washing over the center of your brain, dissolving any darkness, dust, or energetic residue. Another ancient method is sun gazing during the first or last minutes of daylight, the safe periods when the sun's rays are soft. This practice, done with respect and caution, stimulates the pineal gland and helps it synchronize with natural light cycles. However, it must be approached gradually, allowing your eyes and nervous system to adapt. On a deeper level, emotional cleansing is essential. Journaling, conscious forgiveness, and shadow work free up psychic space. When you release resentment and heal inner wounds, your energetic channels open, and the pineal gland no longer has to filter through layers of unresolved pain to receive clear signals from your higher self. When both the physical and energetic blockages are addressed, the pineal gland becomes like a polished crystal, transmitting light with precision. The sensations you may experience after consistent cleansing can include sharper mental clarity, more vivid dreams, spontaneous insights, and an expanded sense of connection to everything around you. This is not a one-time process, but a sacred maintenance of your inner temple. Just as you cleanse your body daily, so too must you care for the purity of your spiritual instruments. In this way, your pineal gland remains an open and vibrant gateway, ready to receive the language of the soul. Activating intuition through visualization and light visualization is a direct way to communicate with the pineal gland, because this tiny organ is closely linked to the imagery center of the brain. When you intentionally create inner images, especially those infused with light and symbolism, you are essentially sending coded messages to your pineal gland to awaken and align with higher perception. Begin by sitting comfortably, spine upright, in a quiet space. Close your eyes and focus on the point between your eyebrows, the third eye center. Take a few deep breaths to relax your body and quiet your mind. Now, imagine a small sphere of light forming in the center of your brain. See it as a radiant pearl, shimmering with a mixture of violet, indigo, and gold dot with every inhale. Visualize this light growing brighter, pulsing gently, as if alive. With every exhale, see it releasing any darkness, fog, or heaviness. This process is more than imagination, it's energetic signaling. The pineal gland responds to light, whether it comes through your physical eyes or is generated in your inner vision. As the sphere grows, picture it sending beams of light upward through the crown of your head, connecting to a vast field of cosmic energy. At the same time, imagine it sending a thread of light downward, linking to the heart of the earth. This creates an energetic alignment, above and below, spirit and matter, intuition grounded in reality. Once you feel this connection, begin asking your inner self simple questions, not with words, but with intention. You might hold the feeling of a question like, what is my next right step? Or what is the truth behind this situation? Then, remain in silence, letting images, feelings, or even gentle knowing arise. This is how the pineal gland delivers intuitive messages, often subtly, through symbols and impressions rather than logical sentences. Over time, your mind learns to trust these flashes of imagery. The more you practice, the more you'll notice that your visualizations start to carry a distinct quality, as if they have a weight or texture that differentiates true, intuitive guidance from random imagination. Light visualization can also be combined with sacred geometry. Imagine the flower of life, Metatron's cube, or other sacred patterns rotating inside your head, made of light. These forms have been revered for millennia as carriers of universal codes, and they can help structure and focus the energy in your pineal gland. The key is consistency. A few minutes daily of focused visualization is far more effective than an occasional long session. With time, this practice strengthens your ability to see beyond the physical, bringing intuition into everyday moments, whether it's sensing the energy of a place, reading the emotion behind someone's words, or feeling guided to a choice that aligns perfectly with your path. When light becomes your inner language, the pineal gland becomes a living sun inside you, illuminating the path ahead. Even in moments when the outer world seems uncertain or dark, harmonic resonance and sound frequency activation sound has the power to reach the deepest layers of our being, bypassing logical thought and touching the very vibration of our cells. The pineal gland, suspended in a fluid-filled chamber within the brain, is highly sensitive to these vibrations. When exposed to specific frequencies and harmonic patterns, it responds like a tuning fork, resonating and aligning with higher states of consciousness. Ancient cultures understood this intimately. The chants of Tibetan monks, the hum of Gregorian choirs, and the tones of sacred instruments like crystal bowls and gongs were not just artistic expressions. They were precise tools for shifting brain states and awakening spiritual faculties. Today, we can combine this ancient wisdom with modern understanding to directly support the activation of the pineal gland and, with it, the expansion of intuition. One of the most potent frequencies for pineal stimulation is 963 Hz. Often referred to as the God frequency or the frequency of oneness. When listened to with intention, it creates a sense of unity, dissolving the illusion of separation and opening a channel to the higher self. Other beneficial tones include 432 Hz, known for its harmonizing effect on the body, and 528 Hz, associated with transformation and DNA repair. To work with sound, create a dedicated space where you can immerse yourself without interruption. Dim the lights, sit or lie comfortably, and play a recording of your chosen frequency through quality speakers or headphones. Close your eyes and allow the sound to permeate every cell of your being. As you listen, focus on the center of your head, visualizing the pineal gland, pulsing in harmony with the sound waves. You can also use your own voice as a powerful activator. The simple act of humming, especially with your lips gently closed and the vibration directed toward your forehead, sends a direct wave of sound through the bones of your skull, naturally stimulating the pineal gland. Try humming a single tone for several breaths, then shifting slightly higher or lower, and notice which pitch feels most resonant. Mantras, too, hold great power. The primordial sound Om is particularly effective, as its vibratory spectrum covers a wide range of frequencies that seem to massage the pineal gland. Chant it slowly, letting the O resonate in your chest and the M vibrate through your skull. After several repetitions, you may feel a subtle pressure, warmth, or tingling in the area between your eyebrows or deep in the center of your brain, a sign that the gland is responding. Consistent work with harmonic resonance gradually retunes the mind and body. As your inner frequencies align with coherent, harmonious patterns, you may notice increased dream recall, sharper intuitive flashes, and a deeper sense of inner peace. This is because sound not only clears blockages, but also creates an energetic environment where your pineal gland can operate at its highest potential. When sound becomes part of your spiritual practice, it transforms your inner landscape. It is as though each frequency is a key, unlocking doors to hidden rooms in your consciousness. And with every session, you step further into a life guided by the pure, unwavering voice of intuition. Aligning the pineal gland with natural light cycles. The pineal gland is often called the inner clock of the body, and one of its primary functions is to regulate circadian rhythms, our natural cycles of waking and sleeping, through the production of melatonin. But beyond physical regulation, these light-sensitive rhythms influence our levels of awareness, emotional balance, and the clarity of our intuition. Modern life, with its constant artificial lighting, screens, and irregular sleep schedules, disrupts these cycles and dulls the pineal gland's responsiveness. To restore its natural vitality, we must realign it with the pure light patterns of nature. This is not just about physical health. It is about reawakening the gland's deeper, spiritual capacity to sense subtle energies and perceive higher truths. One of the simplest and most powerful practices is morning light exposure. As soon as possible after waking, step outside and allow natural daylight to enter your eyes without sunglasses, but without staring directly at the sun. This signals the pineal gland and the brain's master clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, to set the body's internal rhythms for the day. Over time, this alignment sharpens mental clarity during waking hours and deepens the restorative quality of sleep at night. Equally important is embracing darkness at night. The pineal gland is most active in producing melatonin, and on a more mystical level, in producing dimethyltryptamine DMT in micro amounts during deep, uninterrupted darkness. Sleeping in a room with no artificial light, covering LEDs from devices, and avoiding screens at least an hour before bed are crucial steps in this process. Darkness is not just the absence of light, it is the sacred womb from which visions, dreams, and intuitive insights are born. Ancient practices like moonbathing and sunrise meditation take this further, syncing the pineal gland with cosmic cycles. Sitting under the moonlight, especially during the full moon, can amplify intuitive perception, as the reflected sunlight at night offers a softer, more receptive energy that the pineal gland can attune to. Sunrise meditation, on the other hand, infuses the gland with fresh, activating energy, ideal for setting intentions and receiving morning guidance. For those in urban environments where natural light is limited, you can use full-spectrum lamps that mimic daylight in the morning and switch to warm, dim lighting after sunset. This helps simulate the natural shift from day to night, signaling your pineal gland to follow its ancient, biologically programmed rhythm. When the pineal gland is in harmony with the cycles of the sun and moon, your perception begins to mirror these rhythms, a bright, sharp clarity during the day, and a deep, inward flow of intuitive awareness at night. Decisions become easier, your sense of timing improves, and life's synchronicities seem to unfold effortlessly. This reconnection to natural light is more than a health habit, it is a spiritual alignment. By living in rhythm with the light and darkness of the earth, you remind your inner self of its place in the greater cosmic dance. And your pineal gland once again becomes the luminous compass guiding your intuitive journey. Decalcification, through nutrition and sacred herbs. The physical health of the pineal gland is deeply influenced by what we consume. Over years, modern diets and environmental toxins can lead to calcification, a buildup of crystalline deposits that dulls the gland's sensitivity and weakens its ability to process subtle energies. While spiritual activation techniques are powerful, their effects are greatly amplified when the pineal gland is physically clear and nourished. Decalcification, begins with removing the primary culprits. Fluoride, found in many municipal water supplies and dental products, is one of the most well-known contributors. Using a high-quality water filter, choosing fluoride-free toothpaste, and avoiding heavily processed foods can dramatically reduce the intake of this element. Heavy metals like mercury, aluminum, and lead also interfere with pineal function, so minimizing exposure to industrial pollutants, certain cookware, and low-quality processed foods is essential. Once harmful inputs are reduced, the next step is introducing foods and herbs that actively cleanse and support the pineal gland. Raw cacao, for example, is rich in antioxidants and magnesium, promoting increased blood flow to the brain. Blueberries, with their potent anthocyanins, help reduce oxidative stress, protecting the delicate tissues of the gland. Leafy greens such as kale, spinach, and cilantro not only nourish but also assist in chelating, or binding and removing, heavy metals from the body. Certain sacred herbs have been revered across cultures for their ability to open and clear the third eye. Mugwort, known in ancient European traditions, has been used in teas or smudge form to enhance dreams and visions. Gatukola, treasured in Ayurvedic practice, improves circulation and is said to awaken dormant mental faculties. In the Amazon, guayusa leaves are used ceremonially to induce clarity and vivid dream recall. Another gentle yet powerful ally is turmeric, whose active compound curcumin is known for its anti-inflammatory and detoxifying effects. When combined with black pepper to enhance absorption, it can help dissolve calcified buildup over time. Spirulina and chlorella, nutrient-dense algae, also play a vital role in pulling toxins from the bloodstream and revitalizing the body at a cellular level. Fasting and cleansing protocols can further accelerate decalcification. Even intermittent fasting, restricting food intake to a specific window each day, gives the body more energy for cellular repair and detoxification. In many spiritual traditions, fasting was not just a discipline for the body but a sacred preparation for receiving visions and guidance, often directly linked to pineal activation. As the pineal gland clears, many report an increase in the vividness of colors, sharper perception of patterns in nature, and dreams that feel more like journeys than random images. The mind becomes quieter, making intuitive impressions easier to recognize. Nutrition, when approached as a sacred practice, becomes more than fuel. It becomes a form of devotion to your inner temple. Each bite, each sip is a message to your pineal gland. I honor your clarity. I nourish your light. I choose to awaken. Over time, this conscious relationship with food and herbs transforms not only the gland itself but the entire field of awareness through which you experience life. Awakening. Through stillness and meditative presence in the modern world, the pineal gland is constantly bombarded by sensory input, sounds, images, notifications, and mental chatter that keep the mind in a state of perpetual motion. But the pineal gland, as a bridge between the physical and spiritual, thrives in stillness. When the external noise subsides, its subtle signals can finally be heard, and intuition flows like a quiet stream through the heart of awareness. Stillness is not simply the absence of movement. It is an active state of presence in which the body rests, the mind clears, and consciousness becomes spacious. In this state, the pineal gland can release its own inner light, a phenomenon known in mystical traditions as the inner illumination or the secret glow. To enter this space, begin by creating an environment that supports deep peace. Dim the lights, silence your phone, and allow the air around you to be fresh. Sit or lie down comfortably, spine aligned, eyes gently closed. Focus your awareness on the space between your eyebrows and slightly deeper into your head, where the pineal gland resides. As you breathe naturally, imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting across a vast sky. Each time a thought arises, acknowledge it, then let it pass without clinging. Gradually, the sky becomes clear. In this clarity, direct your attention inward, not to seek visions or answers, but to rest in pure awareness. This is the essence of meditative presence, being fully here, without agenda. It is in this space that the pineal gland often activates spontaneously, producing sensations such as gentle pressure in the forehead, a sense of expansion, or even the perception of faint inner light. These experiences are signs of alignment, not goals to chase. Over time, this practice sharpens your inner senses. You begin to notice the difference between intuition and mental noise. Guidance comes as a soft, unmistakable knowing rather than a loud demand. This is because the pineal gland communicates in subtle frequencies, and stillness tunes you into them. Ancient sages often spent hours, even days, in such states, allowing the pineal gland to act as a compass toward higher realities. In some traditions, meditative presence was considered the highest form of worship, not prayer in words, but silent communion with the divine intelligence that flows through all life. Incorporating even 10 to 20 minutes of stillness into your daily routine can transform not only your intuition but your entire perception of reality. Life begins to feel less reactive and more guided. The mind no longer seeks answers desperately. Instead, answers arrive naturally, in perfect timing. This is the paradox of awakening through stillness. By doing nothing, you allow everything to align, and in that alignment, the pineal gland becomes the pure, undistorted lens through which your consciousness expands and your intuition blossoms. DREAMWORK as a gateway to higher intuition. The pineal gland plays a central role in the creation and regulation of dreams, acting as a bridge between the conscious and subconscious mind. In the dream state, the usual filters of logic and daily routine loosen, allowing symbolic language, archetypes, and direct messages from the higher self to emerge. By learning to work consciously with your dreams, you open one of the most natural pathways for awakening, intuition, and expanding consciousness. Dream work begins with intention. Before sleep, sit quietly for a few minutes and place your attention on your pineal gland, that luminous center deep within your brain. State a clear intention, either aloud or in your mind, such as, "Tonight, I will receive a dream that guides me on my path," or "I am open to intuitive insight through my dreams." This simple act signals your consciousness to remain aware and receptive during the dream state. Keeping a dream journal is essential. Place it beside your bed, along with a pen or voice recorder. Upon waking, even in the middle of the night, record everything you remember, no matter how small or fragmented. Over time, you will notice recurring symbols, patterns, and themes. These are the personal language of your subconscious and higher self. And learning to interpret them is like unlocking a private code to your intuition. Lucid dreaming, where you become aware you are dreaming while still in the dream, offers an even more direct connection to the pineal gland. In lucid states, you can ask questions, explore spiritual landscapes, and interact with guiding figures. To encourage lucid dreaming, practice reality checks during the day. For example, looking at your hands and asking, "Am I dreaming?" This habit often carries into your dreams, triggering lucidity. Some traditions also teach dream incubation, in which you focus on a specific question or challenge before sleep. Holding it gently in your mind without overthinking the dream state then becomes a fertile field where intuitive solutions can grow naturally. Many great inventors, artists, and spiritual teachers have credited their breakthroughs to insights received in dreams. Supporting the pineal gland physically can also deepen dream work. This includes reducing blue light exposure before bed, ensuring total darkness in your sleeping space, and maintaining regular sleep cycles. Herbs such as mugwort, blue lotus, and chamomile have been used for centuries to enhance dream vividness and recall, but they should be approached with respect and moderation. With consistent practice, your dreams stop feeling random and start becoming a dialogue, a nightly meeting between your conscious mind and your higher wisdom. You may begin to receive guidance on relationships, life choices, or even subtle energetic shifts happening within and around you. Through dream work, the pineal gland becomes an open portal, translating the vast, symbolic language of the soul into messages you can understand and apply in your waking life. And as your trust in this process grows, so does your confidence in your intuitive guidance, both asleep and awake. Integrating pineal activation into daily life for continuous intuition while deep practices, meditations, and dream work awaken the pineal gland. True mastery comes when this activation becomes a living presence throughout your day. The goal is not only to touch higher states during special moments, but to carry that heightened intuition into every decision, conversation, and action you take. Integration begins with mindful awareness. Throughout the day, pause and briefly bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows and deep into the center of your head, where your pineal gland rests. Even a few seconds of this inward focus reestablishes the subtle energetic connection you've been cultivating in your dedicated practices. It's like checking in with a trusted inner compass before continuing on your path. You can also create micro-practices, short rituals, woven into ordinary activities that keep your pineal gland tuned. For example, when drinking water, visualize it as liquid light cleansing and energizing your inner vision. When stepping outside, take a moment to feel the sunlight on your skin and imagine its rays charging the crystal-like core of your pineal gland. When hearing music, close your eyes for a breath and let the vibrations resonate through your head and heart. Trusting your first impressions is another key to integration. The pineal gland often communicates in flashes of knowing, a sense that something feels right or off before the logical mind can explain why. Practice honoring these impressions, even in small matters. Over time, you'll find they become more precise, guiding you towards synchronicities and away from unnecessary detours. Keeping your body and mind in harmony is essential for maintaining this sensitivity. Adequate hydration, nutrient, regular movement, and moments of stillness all ensure the pineal gland has the physical and energetic environment it needs to function optimally. Stress management is equally important, as chronic tension creates static that can drown out intuitive signals. Relationships also become an arena for practicing daily pineal activation. As you interact with others, notice subtle cues, a shift in tone, a change in body language, or an unspoken emotional undercurrent. Your pineal gland can help you sense what is unsaid, allowing you to respond with greater empathy and clarity. Perhaps, most importantly, integrate gratitude into your day. Gratitude shifts your vibration into alignment with higher states of consciousness, making the pineal gland's intuitive messages clearer and more frequent. At any moment, silently acknowledge something you appreciate, the taste of a meal, a kind word, the beauty of a cloud, and feel the expansion in your awareness. As this integration deepens, the boundary between spiritual practice and daily life dissolves. Every step, breath, and interaction becomes an extension of your awakened state. The pineal gland is no longer just an organ in your brain. It is an ever-active lens through which you perceive the world, a lens polished by awareness, nourished by care, and illuminated by the light of your higher self. In this way, your intuition ceases to be an occasional whisper and becomes a constant presence, a steady, guiding current carrying you through life with grace, clarity, and profound connection. You have just walked through a journey that countless seekers across time have longed to take, the journey of awakening the pineal gland, expanding consciousness, and opening the gateway to your deepest intuition. If you are still here, listening to these words, know that you are among the rare few who not only seek knowledge, but have the discipline and devotion to see it through to the end. This commitment is a sign of a soul ready for transformation. In our time together, we have explored how to activate your pineal gland through conscious breathing, how to cleanse it from physical and energetic blockages, how to awaken its light with visualization, tune it through sound, align it with natural light cycles, nourish it with sacred foods and herbs, enter the deep stillness where it reveals its secrets, use dream work as a channel for guidance, and integrate its activation into every moment of daily life. These are not just techniques, they are doorways. Each one opens to a deeper layer of your being, and when you step through with sincerity, you carry a key that can never be lost. Now, I want you to comment the phrase, "My consciousness is awake." This is more than a signal to me that you stayed until the end. It is your declaration to the universe that you are ready to live from a place of clarity, alignment, and deep inner knowing. When you write it, you anchor this intention in both your conscious and subconscious mind. Share this video with someone you care about. Think of it as passing a torch, your light igniting theirs. To withhold this knowledge is like holding a single candle in the dark and never using it to light the others around you. Every person who awakens their pineal gland adds another point of light to the great web of consciousness that encircles our planet. If you are already subscribed, I want you to feel proud. You have chosen to be part of a community dedicated to truth, growth, and the raising of vibration. If you are not yet subscribed, ask yourself why you would walk this path with an unlit lantern. By subscribing, you ensure that the flow of teachings, practices, and activations continues to reach you, guiding your steps on this ever-expanding journey. Before we close, I invite you to stay in silence for the final moments of this video. Let the music wash over you like a soft tide, carrying away any residue of doubt or hesitation. Feel your body still, your mind open, your heart steady. Sense the gentle hum of your pineal gland, not as an idea, but as a living, luminous presence within you. Do not pause the video. Do not break the thread we have woven together. Remain in the field. We have created a space where your higher self can speak clearly, where the wisdom of the universe can reach you without distortion. Breathe, receive, and know the light within you is awake, and it will never be extinguished.